boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders. Uh, I'm gonna just imagine that you guys did sleep well because when we went to sleep, everything was looking good for the Bulls. We had some good after hour movement. We woke up and yeah, that was one of the best rug pulls I think I've seen in a very long time. Well done. I mean, well, woof. Jerome, Jerome Powell is a magician. That was a good rug pull. Classy, very classy rug pull. I tell you, I thought we had maybe a little bit more bullishness in us. I thought maybe we could go a little bit more. Tesla did hit my exact target. I think I was like, yeah, I think Tesla 705 is target. It was a wild ride to get there. They did trap me on yeah, yesterday was wild though. Yeah, yesterday I took out two trades, at least at the time I was on the mic. I had some others later, but two trades. Nvidia, I was like, no, we could definitely, like, we have room. And it was Trap City. I think we were past 1.2. I think we got to like 1.5 maybe. I had a 3R target, which would have been 166. Ended up pulling back, stopping us for, I don't know, about half hour or something like that. And then we had Tesla, which I was like, all right, looks decent. I got a higher target. We could probably get there. I don't even know what time of day that was. I was probably here. We ended up moving stops just because we're like, all right, this one candle right here, that should be it. So we moved stops up, came down, got us out for a small little win, and then ended up just runnings. But they all did hit targets as to where I thought they were going to go. I just thought maybe we could hang around there for a little bit longer, and how wrong I was, just course of and I think the only news that I saw, and maybe, I mean, you guys let me know in the chat if I'm missing something. The only thing that I see is that how do you say his name? Xi from China is pretty much dating Putin. I think they're I don't know if they said the wedding date yet, but I think that was it. So I think Z or Chi or however I say it correctly, I think he just kind of reinforced that he's standing with Putin's doing a gift exchange of weapons, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, so he's kind of backing him up. That was it. I mean, we that's not breaking news. We kind of knew that. Like, we know what team he was on. It wasn't a surprise, was it? I don't know. Maybe I was wrong the entire time, but that's what I was thinking. Let me do a quick screen share on TradingView. But that was the only real thing that I've seen. I know mortgage rates are up a little bit. Hector's in the house. Speaking of mortgage rates, what's up, buddy? Rock. Were we sleeping like bears? I don't know, man. It was weird because I think I woke up. Honestly, I think I woke up because we had like thunderstorms last night, and it was like loud. It was crazy. So then I woke up. And then I did go back to sleep, but then I did have dreams about like these bears, and then there was a bee at one point. Like, this is no joke. And then but then I was trying to run away from the bee. I was trying to like swat him, because the bear made him angry and stuff. So I was like, I legit did dream of bears, and I can't figure out if it was before I woke up to check the stock market, or I woke up for the thunderstorm, check the stock market, roll back over, and then the bears were just everywhere. So just based on that, I mean, I'm gonna just say we go bearish today, but I also think we could have some charts that back it up a little bit. If we get any type of bullish move, I mean, we trapped a lot of people. Look at the volume that came in yesterday. We are this is the hourly chart. So again, all day yesterday we did have huge volume, but especially on the Jerome Powell and the Fed meeting notes, all of that volume came in that hour, and now we are below all of that. We're going to be looking at, in any type of bullish direction, 373.87. Maloney says, I legit dreamt of bulls. I'm not even kidding. I don't even know if you knew what a bull was, Maloney. That's the news there. I thought you were like, every time we mention bulls, you're just like, what? I got to Google. But that's crazy. Yeah, no, I had bear. I mean, I also had some other animals in there. It was just there's no explanation, but wild times in DJ's life. But if we get any type of a bounce, which we might, just a little bit, I don't know. To me, it felt pretty decent move for the Bears to clear out yesterday. Thinking like, okay, maybe we head up to 391 again, and then I mean, that's off the table. So I think if we get any bullishness, we'll see what happens out of the gate, but we could get a big flush. This might be the big flush. This is very big. We're almost at the yearly low. Okay. So if we see, I'm gonna set an alarm for let me set it for a little bit before this one. I'll set an alarm for just before, just so if we could get ready for some kind of trades, that would be cool. I'll set another one up here too. So this was yesterday's VPOC. And again, I don't know exactly what happens, maybe just because we're right inside of the 52-week low or the yearly low. Maybe we do find some kind of support and we bounce up. But I'd be interested in shorting right there and shorting right there as well. Those would be my two spots. If we start to really break out, then yeah, 391. Otherwise, I can only look bullish, and I don't really even have targets at this point. Just because everything is so far away, it would just be down. That's the only direction. There's no other levels to really go off of here. And it's a very weak open though. Extremely weak. DJ is taking over Miss Cleo's job. Yeah, it's just maybe that was the bear. I don't know. But the bear did anger the bee a lot. Right. And then the bee, he's like, who am I gonna sting? Am I gonna sting the bear? The bear is big and muscular. You've been eating protein honey shakes. Or do I sting Dan? And the bee goes, nah, DJ it is. And he was chasing me because the bear angered him. I don't know. I wish I could make that up. Tesla. So gap down on Tesla again. Good volume coming in. We do have some levels of little bit of support on this one. However, we are sitting at one right now. So it depends on where this one actually opens. And this one actually won't even qualify for the 10 EMA. So this one's holding up still a little bit better, slightly better. I mean, are we inside yesterday's range? Yeah, we are barely in yesterday's range, but we are still in it. So 10 EMA, this one won't qualify. That's okay with me. I would say let's take a back seat, watch what happens on this one first, because you are at a certain VPOC. A little bit of support on Tesla, and then we have maybe one level lower, at least 663.77. Past that, we're looking at like 651 again. But yeah, still would have to lean bearish. We are below the 10 EMA hourly, so I think and if we do get any type of a pop, I'm going to look at like 675.33 is a better spot to attempt a short. 2022 stocks only go down. Apparently so. Amazon had a good, strong little rally yesterday. That rally completely faded. But again, this one's sitting right at VPOC right now. Again, we are below. We are trapping a lot of bears. If this one breaks, again, oh, this is AMD. Never mind. But yeah, this is AMD. If AMD breaks from the current level, we'd be looking at maybe 86.34. We probably get it down to like 86.08. And then the last level is 85.35. If that breaks, we can start playing some Celine Dion music. Near, far, wherever you are, my heart will go on. It was heading to the bottom of the ocean. That's the last level of support. But we will see. If you do, I'm going to bail on my Apple calls. Oh, you trapped? Got trapped. Let's take a look. before Hector has a heart attack, let's look at Apple, see how his calls are. Okay, let's just switch back to Amazon. Let's go back to Amazon now. Apple, yeah, so big old trap on Apple. We have right now we are slightly below the last standing VPOC. Past that point, yeah, even all the volume cluster, we're pretty much at the very bottom. We're at a level that has to hold. If we start breaking, there's legitimately nothing in the way. Where's the bottom? Matt says, "Where's the bottom?" Yeah, that's I don't know. I don't know. I don't. There's a good gap though. If we start breaking, there's no bottom in sight. Haley says, "Hey Dan, stupid time to do puts on the SPY." No, but give yourself some time. Give yourself some time on those contracts. The reason I say no here is, again, we were talking about this yesterday. Where's Tony at? Tony usually asks me every day, is Tony okay? When we look, we're like, okay, let's see if we can get some kind of a bounce. Let's see if we can get some like short as things rip higher. And that's a better spot to get it. But again, the keyword there is better. So depending on what you want to use your SPY puts for, protection, things like that, you could buy them anywhere because I think the direction itself is down. You might be down on those contracts a little bit. All we could really say is like, yeah, if the market like 390 is a good spot, like, yeah, that would be a better spot. If we bounce somehow, close some of these gaps, 402, like those are better spots. But if you don't have any contracts whatsoever, you could take them out. And if you do have contracts, we're gapping into a yearly low, but also breaking some very key volume institutional buyers bought up there. I would not be opposed to buying, and we trapped a decent amount of people today. So yeah, I would not be opposed to buying some puts. Give yourself some protection. Good morning to you as well. Oof. It is a good morning. It is a good morning. It's a trapple. Milad says, how do you decide where to put volume profile? The beauty of it is I don't have to, like, I like things where I don't have to decide anything, and that would be the case on volume profile. So as long as you could decide on how to add it to your chart, these lines are automatically added for you. So you'll see when it comes to volume profile, you'll see all the clusters of volume, and then you see that line that comes across. That's automatically like the blue one on the far left. That's still a volume profile indicator. This one is through Lux Algo, which is a paid one. And then this one is a free one through TradingView. They're all the same thing. They're just reading different time frames right now. That's all. So this is just reading a larger time frame as far as volume goes. And then this one I leave on because it's reading more of the daily volume as far as each day where people where volume came in, mostly institutions, but volume in general came in. And then that line that gets put across, that's the highest volume point of the day. And that's usually where I'm looking for targets, resistance, things like that, if that makes sense. Amazon, if Hector got some Amazon calls, he would have a little bit more comfort. Getting down to 103.81 would be a spot to potentially get saved. 103.12 would be a target. Realistically, again, we're gapping now below the 10 EMA, below high volume candles, trapping some people. Still inside day on Amazon, so we're not going to get qualified on that one. Now put 1R on the JPAL bounce. Nano says, should we sell when the yellow volume is getting lower? No. Depends on what direction you're in. Usually, so if you're using like a volume profile, and once again, good time to promote Tracy's volume profile class. She'll definitely cover all this as far as also she adds her her strategy as to how she exactly trades it. I mean, she's been pretty successful, so I don't need to reinvent the wheel. I would definitely highly recommend that class as well. But this is the higher volume. So right now we're below this. Even if we get some kind of pop today or rip, I'm looking at 106 as a better spot to short this thing, right? Because that's where all the volume came in prior. So that means as we got pushed up here, all of the volume for the day, that was our rip. Most likely, there's probably a ton of people trapped. So as people are maybe selling on the short side, maybe some people are buying on the long side, I would expect institutions to come in at 106.19, and they would look to get out of their positions or to reverse to short, whatever the case, and then take it down. As the volume decreases, well, honestly, there's just not that much volume participation. There's not much institutional participation at the lower volume, and that gives you a wide open field to let loose and run. So you don't really want to sell when there's lower volume, unless you were actually in long here. I'd probably be selling at 106.19 is where I would just be bailing on the trade. If it gets up there, who knows? But we do have an inside day. We do have on Amazon some levels of VPOC. Art P says, who's doing the stream? It is DJ Dan, reallifetrading.com. Cell phone 516-508-2902. You guys can text me. I don't care. Somebody told me yesterday, why'd you put your cell phone number out? I'm like, because I pay for my monthly phone bill every single month and nobody calls me or texts me. Show me some love. I don't care. So she says, Tracy's class is amazing, extremely great info. Yes, it is. 1,000,000%. NVIDIA. So NVIDIA, let me take off this from yesterday. Let's see. We have NVIDIA. So gapping, we are gapping below, still kind of mid-range. Technically, we were still inside yesterday's range by a little bit. Even on the break of this one, just watch out for that initial trap because we still have 2 levels of support below us. So I don't want to take the initial breakdown on this one. Again, better spot to short 162.14. Keyword there is better. Obviously, in a bear market, there's really no time. That's a bad time to be looking short, because at least you're probably most likely with the trends and getting something on the table. You're getting some protection at some locations, but yeah, right now the bulls did come up 1, 2, 3 times in this general zone. If we dip down, we still have some level of support at 158.93 and 158.05, 158.14, something like that, whatever the case. So that doesn't really give us tremendous risk actually to the downside as of yet. So I'll be a little cautious on this one. Just even if we get some kind of a drop, maybe we get rebought up. The better spot, 162.23. So I'll probably try to hold out a little bit for that. We'll run through a couple others. Let me get Delta first, since we'll be seeing if this one qualifies for our 10 EMA. Delta will qualify. Delta looks all sorts of weak. Delta looks like a sinking ship. Starting to push a little bit into the low volume area. We're almost at an extreme low. Do we have any VPOC from back here? After a while, it doesn't even show, but this one is 31.48. So we still got a VPOC up there, and we're currently below that. There's nothing down there I'm missing, right? No, not that I see. So yeah, all week on Delta, probably shorting. That one looks kind of beat up. So he's bearish on his own thing. Microsoft, nasty gap, MSFT. Yeah, so again, watch out for this one though. Nasty gap, kind of looks like a gap on some of the other ones. Watch the level of 245.83. Watch the level of 243.80. Both of those are VPOCs. So yeah, trapped everybody from yesterday. I don't know. I don't know. It just makes me laugh sometimes. But I, I don't know what else to say. You're trapping a lot of people. We got a little bit of maybe some hopes and prayers down there, but I don't know. I don't know. Mm-mm. Let's see. We'll run through a couple of others. Yeah, looks pretty bearish out there. Boeing had a really nice day yesterday. We're giving some back. Boeing's actually still kind of holding a little bit. So out of all of them, from what I've seen so far, Boeing's actually holding honestly the best, which is weird. Q's Falco says is probably the easiest way to play him. Yeah, Q's just looks absolutely gross. Gapping below all of yesterday's range, also below this VPOC. Yeah, I actually like the Q's to short the Q's more than Microsoft, which would probably also take Microsoft down a little bit, but we have maybe a little double bottom. Otherwise, best spot to short the Q's, or at least initial spot, would be 276.03. Also, some of these things will qualify for us, but with 10 EMA, I'm guessing that we'll probably be. I'm trying to think if we'll be short. I think we might be short on some of these. Yeah, okay, we might be able to qualify. Sometimes with the gaps, because we have to have the non-extended hours and extended hours matching time frame, so we have to be below both. So we'll have to check on some of those, but Teladoc looks pretty bad, but it's got, again, still in a little bit of a range. DLTR, all sorts of weak. Oh my goodness. I just had a heart attack. All sorts of weak. I had like a mini stroke. Crazy. Yeah, this is in the middle of nowhere. DLTR looks like a terrifically short opportunity. Again, pick your spots though. We're at a little bit of from back here. Maybe we get saved a little bit. Not much volume. Again, if we get some kind of retest, 154.51, it's a better spot. But this one looks horrific. Roku. Not even the 125 stores holding up. No, nothing at all. And we'll probably get a little bit more into what Jerome Powell said yesterday, how I interpret that as well. I think Falco did an outstanding job covering some of that, but I'll give you guys a little bit more of my thoughts on the overall picture, things like that. And again, the only news that I saw, unless I missed something, it's very possible I did, but the only news that I really saw is the Xi is on the same page as Putin. Europe got screwed overnight. Europe actually released their rate hike. I think it was like 7 a.m. today. So I don't know if our market moved off of that or not. Yeah, Europe, Swiss rates raised. So yeah, everything. I think every market was down pretty much. Crypto was kind of holding though. What's Bitcoin? Oh no, Bitcoin did make it to, they made it almost to 23,000, came right back. ADA, gave a whole bunch back as well. Ethereum. I saw some people calling the bottom yesterday for everything. Yesterday was the bottom. Apparently not true. Swiss and Bank of England, Germany bailing out failed states. Natural gas up 20% overnight, and EU. I think oil was down too. Oil was selling actually. That's from selling gas to China instead of Europe. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, all we could really do is play the hand that we are dealt. And today, again, we might get a little bit of pop, something like that at open. However, I think the warning signs have been in. I mean, if you guys even think about Titanic was that big ship. The captain did not want to add lifeboats to it because it was too big to fail. I think that was our first real life example of too big to fail, and that one did go down. But even that, as the icebergs were approaching, he was warned 6 times that there was some potential disaster ahead. He ignored a lot of them, and by ignoring a lot of these signals that get put out into the market, that day of April 14th, 1912, the Titanic went down. So I think we've had a whole bunch of warning signs in the market. We've been getting them in terms of CPI, in terms of inflation, in terms of Jerome Powell kind of talking yesterday, which again, he did the 75-point hike. I think that was a little bit priced in. I think this initial drop was because that was on its way. We did rally because honestly, I think we gave the market what we wanted. He didn't say anything too bad, but he also didn't really say anything too good. If you read in between the lines, I think a lot of what Jerome Powell said is, we're just the Fed. We could only do what we could do. We only have access to the tools that we could do, but there's a lot of outside factors. He almost even said food shortage, but he like danced around it, said some different adjectives that, sounded prettier. But he started to bring some of those things on the table. He did say war with Ukraine and Russia, outside force, gas pricing, outside force, that he doesn't really get to control. All he has is the tools. He thinks that they are still well within their means, but what else is he going to say? I mean, honestly, if he came out and just said the world is going to implode, I think we would see a massive drop and not this bullish rally yesterday. So we will see. Roblox could actually come down a little bit further. Best spot to short Roblox, looking for like 27.87. That would actually get us down to 26.58 for the initial move. He can't print gasoline. I mean, I know I had dreams of bears last night. I can't even imagine what Jerome Powell was dreaming of last night. I mean, when the market opens, who will be streaming today? So for the YouTube friends, at 9:30, we do close down the pre-market show for YouTube. But you can stream with us all day at reallifetrading.com. I will be on until what time am I? I don't even know. 11 a.m. Then I think we got my boy Johnny Guarco. We run all day till 6 p.m. Eastern. So a full 2 hours after the market closes. We do swing trade rooms. We do setups. We have different classes in between, stuff like that as well. So you can check that out. We do have the calendar. If you go to reallifetrading.com, click on live trading, you'll see all the different moderators each and every day. As the schedule does rotate, schedule changes, and you guys could set in your calendars which class you would like to attend, which sessions you'd like to attend. You could have us streaming all day, and completely up to you. Uber looks kind of weak. Probably Uber is going to be a straight shot down as well. CRM. There's the bell. YouTube, love you guys. Make sure you guys hit those like buttons. That little thumbs up thing, it's just not there for show, ladies and gentlemen. It's there for a purpose. I really don't know what it does, but it feels good when you guys. Oh yeah, someone just clicked it. I like it. Ooh, feels good. But YouTube land, I will catch all of you guys tomorrow morning. Good luck out there. Stay safe, and we will catch you guys later.